Hey y'all, it's your girl D Glock and I'm back with another video. I know it's been a while, I haven't really been on my personal channel, but that's because me and Dion has been doing a lot of videos. Honestly, we've been doing a lot of videos on our couples channel, so make sure y'all go ahead and look at that page. Make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, but that's not what we're here for. I decided that I'm just tired of seeing us women struggle with these men, or anyone just struggle in relationships in general, allowing certain things that, you know, we shouldn't let happen. I'm tired of it, y'all. And when I'm on Instagram and I just see a lot of things that people go through, and I'm just like, why? And I kind of feel like a lot of it is just lack of knowledge. I feel like there's no guidance and people are kind of just out here just trying to figure everything out and don't really know which direction to go in. And I just can't sit back no more, y'all. I can't do it, because I myself have been in those situations, and I just want to see the same for you guys. I see a lot of people around me go through a lot of things, and it's just, who wants to live like that? So if you're watching this video, this highly requested video, you already know what I'm going to be talking about today. Let that toxic relationship go. Let it go. We don't want no parts. Wash your hands with it. We're done with it. I know it's going to be very hard. Obviously, it's easier said than done, but at first I was going to, you know, take note. I do have a little bit of things right here on my little notebook that I kind of want to talk about, but I was going to make like an outline. I was going to make it really official, and I'm, you know, going to really break it down. But I feel like the topic is very broad, and I talk a lot, and I just want to just let it all out naturally. So I kind of wrote down some things that people have DM'd me personally, some things that you guys want me to talk about, and we're just going to make it conversational. I don't know, I just feel like it works better that way anyway. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and let me know what you think about this video. Let me know if you think I should do more like this. Should I touch on something deeper in the topics? Like, should I get more into it? Maybe I'll make another video about that, but I don't want to do too much talking, so let's get into the video. So y'all, I should have brought like snacks or something. Like, I'm telling y'all, get comfortable, because this is going to be some info. Like, this is going to be a lot of information. I don't know, I could ramble on forever, but just get comfortable. Make sure y'all sit back, got your feet kicked up, get your little snack or whatever, put your AirPods in, and let's get it popping, because we about to have girl talk. The first thing you need to do when letting go of that toxic relationship, I seen a lot of people ask me about just being alone in general, which I do feel like is the most important thing, because if you don't know how to be alone, most likely you're going to go back to what you know or what you're comfortable with, and that includes going back to that toxic relationship that we're trying to get you out of. So we're not going to do that. But the one thing I have to say about being alone is, if you're the type of person who really struggle with this, 9 times out of 10 it's because you don't know what to do when you're alone. If you're that person who made their life, as in your partner or whoever you're dealing with, you made their life your life, and now that they're not around, you like, what am I supposed to do now? I know a lot of times people say their friends became their friends, like their partner's friends became their friends, or maybe you guys have the same schedule. You guys eat, sleep, everything together from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. And it honestly doesn't matter whether someone has been around you for 1 month or 8 years. Just the absence of their presence can really take a toll on someone when they're really trying to let go of that toxic relationship. So aside from simply not knowing what to do with yourself, if you're one who feels like you get pulled back into the relationship a lot, it could be because you don't like to feel that hurt, or that it may not be hurt, or just that feeling that you have when you let that person go, and it's just sad, and it's just like, I can't do this. I could easily fix all of this by just getting back with the person and just going back to what I know. But as we all know, you cannot grow where you are comfortable. So that feeling that you feel when you're not with the person, or when you guys break up, that is actually a good feeling. That feeling that you feel when you're just so upset and it's like, I don't know what to do with myself, and that's where you want to be. That's where you're going to grow. That's when you're going to find out so much more about yourself, when you really just take the attention off of other people and just focus on you. So I personally, I could do either or. I could be alone or I could be in a relationship. I feel like it's beneficial on both ends. But when you don't look at being alone as being beneficial, you're obviously going to go back to that person who may have hurt you, or you're just going to go find somebody else and skip all that and still don't spend time by yourself, and then you wonder why you repeat the cycle. And it's like, you don't spend time by yourself. So I feel like a lot of people try to avoid the feeling of a breakup, and they feel like it's easier to just go back to them. However, you really have to ask yourself, like, really ask yourself, do you want to keep getting hurt by this person and let it go on as a cycle and keep going and keep going and keep going? They hurt you, you forgive them. They hurt you, you forgive them all over again. Or do what's best for you, cut that off. You're going to feel hurt regardless, but at least you know it's going to be growth in that type of hurt. Yes, you're going to feel some type of way. It's not going to really be a relief. So would you rather be upset forever and let the person keep hurting you, or just go through the motions, be upset, get over it, go about your business, grow from it, move on? I picked this one, if you ask me. I would ask yourself, what are you getting from the relationship? And what could you be getting without the relationship? And 9 times out of 10, if it is one of those toxic relationships, outside of the relationship is where you want to be. And as far as my ladies who get alone and they just don't know what to do with themselves, because I've been there. It's like you break up and it's just like, what the? And I know a lot of people may say, remember who you are, remember, but everything's not that easy. And sometimes you get out of a relationship and it's not about just remembering who you are. Sometimes we don't even know who we are, so sometimes you have to start from scratch. It's important that you really get to know yourself all over again. It sounds crazy and it might be cringy to some of y'all, but I would literally take myself out on dates. Some things that I did by myself, there's people who be like, how do you do that? I would never. I was constantly like going to the movies by myself. I'll go out to eat by myself. Like, there's just a lot of things I did by myself. Dating yourself, honestly, just date yourself. We spend so much time getting to know men and getting to know other people. We're so patient with other people, but we don't do the same thing with ourselves. Once you take other people out of the equation and you really get to look at yourself, let me put it like this, you have to deal with yourself, because sometimes we are the problem. As much as you don't want to admit it, sometimes we can be. The problem could simply be, why do you allow people to treat you like this? And unless you really step back and take the time to get to know yourself and find the root of the issue, you're going to keep going through these problems with different people. So I would say change how you look at being alone. Being alone doesn't mean lonely. Like, some people think, oh, I'm so lonely, I have no one. That sometimes that is a good place to be, with no one and focusing on no one but you. If you don't allow yourself to really get to know yourself and really find the root of the issue and find out what makes you like tick, or what makes you think certain things, what makes you even allow certain things. Why do we allow people to walk all over us? So instead of looking at the other person like, oh, they did this to me, they did that, try to find the root of the issue within you and try to figure out, why do I let these people? Take accountability. Figure out where you went wrong. You can't help the situation if you're trying to figure out where the other person went wrong, because you cannot control the other person. You can't only control what you can control, and that is what you allow to happen. So I feel like once you find the root of the issue, you try to figure out why you let certain things happen, find a deeper reason for things. It should help you in your next relationship. And a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people don't want to have to deal with themselves. A lot of people rather blame other people, or just say, this person did this to me. But in all reality, no one can do anything to you if you don't let them do it. And that brings me to the point in going back to the person. If you don't take anything from this video, please just make sure you take one thing. Just one. Forget the whole being alone, find your own life, get to know yourself. The main thing you need to do is prioritize yourself. Because once you change your mindset and put yourself first, it'll literally change the dynamic of everything around you. It'll change how you allow people to treat you. It'll change the type of relationships that you pursue. It changes what you will tolerate in general. So once you make yourself a priority, if you ever feel like going back to someone who, you know, has done you wrong, or just somewhere you feel like you really shouldn't be deep down, but you're going back there, just ask yourself, how is this going to benefit me? Because I can tell you, by going back, all you're doing is teaching the person exactly how to treat you. Like, exactly how to treat you. Create boundaries for yourself. Realize that when someone crosses your boundaries, they need to be held accountable. Understand that you cannot come back from everything. I feel like a lot of people scream, oh, we're going to be together through thick and thin, let's grow together. And I feel like those are very generalized. I think a lot of people's situations are very different. So you cannot look at someone doing you sad, or someone cheating on you, or someone disrespecting you, and looking at it like it's a stepping stone. You can't look at it like, oh, but that's just how he is, he's working on it. It's fine to work with certain people, but if they cross your boundary, it's a wrap for them. And you know, I let some people make me feel bad. They would tell me like, you know, it's no gray area for you, everything's black and white. It's like, I either am with you or I'm not. There's no in the middle. And then I realized that's a good thing. Why would I want anything to be in the gray area? You either going to do right by me or you're not. And it's literally simple as that. So basically, I say all that to say this: we let a lot of people have a lot of chances. As women, we're more forgiving, we're more understanding, we're more emotional. We look at things as an emotional aspect. Oh no, I just feel bad because such and such is going through this, and I know what he's been through. He don't know no better. Like, things like that. That don't have nothing to do with you. That don't have nothing to do with you. Thick and thin means financial. You know what I'm saying? Thick and thin means, oh, we broke, so, you know, I'm still rocking with you when we ain't had this and we ain't had that. Thick and thin don't mean letting somebody disrespect you. Thick and thin don't mean letting somebody cheat on you and y'all made it through. Granted, everybody's situation is different, but to me, that's not what that means. I'm not going to let somebody disrespect me and cheat on me and then I take them back, because now it's letting them know that I don't have no self-respect. Now it's letting them know that you could do this to me and I'm still going to take you back. Understand that some things are able to be worked on, and some things it's just that's who the person is, and they're showing you exactly who they are. Look exactly at what they're showing you. Like I said, y'all, I'm really just rambling on. Anything that comes to the top of my mind, like anything that comes to my mind, I'm literally just saying, because I feel like the topic is so broad. However, if you want me to touch on anything, feel free to DM me on Instagram, comment down below, let me know. But as for now, it's kind of things that just coming up, things that I feel like are important, and things that I see most often. But the next thing I want to say is, when you're first letting go of that toxic relationship, allow yourself to feel everything. Like, as I said before, don't think that because you guys broke up that you're about to be so happy because you're so free and so single. Most of the time, that's not what's going to happen. You're going to be upset. There's going to be days when you feel like, whew, dodge the bullet. And then there's going to be days when you be like, I'm so depressed, I don't even want to leave this bed. That's just what comes with it. So I know a lot of times people go through the whole, ooh, dodge the bullet, and they think everything is okay. And once those feelings subside, then they feel like they could reach out to the person. They're not that mad anymore. Maybe we could just be friends. I'm not mad about the situation no more. We could be cool. And I feel like that's the biggest mistake that you could make, because just because you're not upset about it, or just because you're not mad at them no more, you think that everything is cool. And then you go ahead and you enter a new friendship with this type of person, and then ultimately you're just opening the doors for the same thing that happened again. So I'm just here to let you guys know that still hold it down even when you feel like you're okay. Still stand on your word even when you feel like you're over it. It's not called holding a grudge. It's not called being petty. It's just having enough respect for yourself. Going through a breakup process is going to require you to literally use your head. And everything is about your mental. Certain things you say to yourself matters. I learned that if I'm upset, I will never say I am sad, I am depressed, I am whatever the case may be. It's always I feel sad, I feel depressed. You're speaking it into existence. Granted, you're already feeling that way, but it's kind of just like stamping it. Instead of that, try to change your wording on things. That's why I say everything is literally in your head. How you talk to yourself, how you treat yourself. You want to say I feel sad at the moment. I would rather say that than I am depressed. That way you know it's something that's going to pass. It's just how you feel right now. It's a part of the healing process. You'll get over it. Maybe tomorrow you'll feel different. Maybe in 10 minutes you'll feel different. But either way, speak kindly to yourself. Don't just sulk in it. I think a lot of people sulk in their sadness. I don't look at it like that. I never make myself my emotions, if you know what I mean. Like, when I say detach from your emotions, it doesn't mean be nonchalant, be careless. I just don't attach myself to the negative things like sadness or being upset. So basically, just allow yourself to feel it, allow it to pass. It is what it is. Also, when letting go of that toxic relationship, you want to remove access to yourself. People always say a man don't learn until it's too late, and most of the time it's when the woman has moved on and it's probably with somebody else. And because of that, now it's like a switch goes off and they're like, damn, I really see what I lost. See, a man don't really see what they lost in the beginning, because they still see that we're affected by it. They still see that we're hurt. We might still be giving attention to it. And all of that is really just feeding their ego. And I'll say this to anybody, and this goes both ways. Even my guy friend who has been in situations where they've been trying to chase a girl because I don't know, and I would tell them, stop, don't chase. There's one thing to try to work towards something, but to chase somebody is literally feeding their ego. If you're watching this right now and you're in that situation and you feel like you might be, you know, putting out a little extra effort, or you're chasing somebody and they're still just not coming around, stop. Once you stop, it'll have that person like, okay, do I not matter anymore? You know, like, it'll have that person like, all right, damn, they over it now that person's going to want to come to you. You stop feeding their ego. They don't feel good no more. All that confidence that they had was coming from somebody who still want me. Oh, they still want me. Oh, they still blowing my phone up. Oh, such and such still mad. Oh, they still, even the fact that somebody might think you're just thinking about them will feed their ego. Stop. Remove all access to yourself. As far as you wanting to reach out, or as far as you just wanting to check up, see how they are, or being there for them, for what? You're disrespecting yourself. Stop. I know some of my friends will say, oh, I just want to check up on their page, or I just, you know, twatch. I don't know if people still use the word twatch, because I don't use Twitter like that. But you know, you go on Twitter, you be twatching people, looking at their tweets, and it'll be somebody that you not even with no more, somebody that you broke up with, I don't know, last week or last year, but you still go on their page and you just twatch or look, or Instagram. For what? For what? What are you getting out of it? Everything needs to come down to, how is this going to benefit me? I've never ever went on my ex's page. What am I getting out of it? You go on somebody's page, you're going to be, one, mad. Honestly, no, you're just going to be mad. There's like, for what reason would you go on their page and just be like, yes, this made my day? Like, no, you're going to go on there, you're going to see something you don't like, you're going to anything, and you're just going to ruin your day. How are you going to benefit from looking at somebody's page or checking up and seeing what they're doing? Especially if you're really trying to move on for real, there's no reason for you to go back to that person. And it sounds bad, but I literally act like they do not exist. There's nothing that I'm going to get from going on someone else's page. There's nothing that I'm going to get from reaching out to someone. Who cares? The last thing you need to be doing is worrying about what they're doing. You need to put yourself first. Make yourself a priority. Completely detach yourself from that person. Let's say you get in a fight and somebody whoop your ass. Somebody whoop your ass. Yup, somebody whoop your ass. You go home. Do you text that person or call that person and be like, you need to come put some ice on my eye right now because you did it? Bitch, no. You gonna sit there and you gonna recover it. You gonna put that ice on your eye or whatever the situation may be and call it a day. We're not gonna go look at the other person and be like, because you did this, you need to fix it. So same thing, because somebody did something to us, why do we need to go reach out and look for an apology or need closure? Why do we need closure? What is closure? What do you want to hear from the person? Do you want to hear them say exactly what we already know they did? Or do you want to hear them try to manipulate the situation and say that they didn't do any of that? What's closure? Why do you need that? What is closure going to do for you? All right, it's official. See ya. I don't need you to tell me that. I know it's official. You do this, this, this. You make me feel this type of way, that type of way. What more do I need from you? I'm already in this situation because of you. I don't need nothing from you. I don't need a closure. I don't need an apology. And I don't care how you're doing. Because honestly, to put me in this situation that I'm in, you ain't care how I was doing. You did not care how I was doing. So honestly, I feel like I'm just kind of rambling on because there's so much that I have to say. And I do plan on making a part 2 or maybe not a part 2, but something like this, because I always wanted to do something like this. I always wanted to help people get out the trenches. That's what I call it. So I always want to help people get out the trenches, because I've been there. I don't ever try to act like nothing has never happened to me, but then at the same time, I'm tired of being quiet and acting like I'm the only one who go through it, and I'm tired of seeing people around me really struggle with things like this. So please comment, let me know, reach out to me, let me know if you want me to specifically speak on how to be alone, or what to do when you're alone, you know, how to find yourself. But since I touched on everything that basically I want to say, I'm just going to go ahead and read some comments that some people said to me on my Instagram. A lot of them are advice that they want you guys to know, and then some of it is questions that they had for me. So I'm gonna just get right into that. Somebody said, how do you forgive yourself for the things that you allow? And the answer is kind of in the question, honestly. You forgave that person when they did this, you forgave that person when they did that, you forgave that person when they did that, and then now you mad at yourself because you let it get this far. Why can't we have the same energy for ourselves? Why isn't it that easy to forgive ourselves just because we let something happen? You can't beat yourself up over something that you allow and get mad at yourself when you don't even get mad at the person for doing these things. Have the same energy for yourself. So someone said, breaking the cycle, what to say when they double back, why guys double back, and how it can confuse you when they seem like they change. Breaking a cycle, setting boundaries. Like I said before in the beginning of this video, what's going to benefit you from going back, honestly? And then going back is just going to teach them exactly how to treat you. It's teaching them that it's okay to do these things, because no matter what, you're still going to be there. So set those boundaries and stick to it. Like, everybody is different. Some people allow certain things, but what is too far for you? Even ask yourself, if you feel like you're repeating the cycle or keep giving people chances, what is too far? What's going to make you say no? And whatever that is, stick to it. Survive in the uncomfortable moments. That's all you need to do. It's gonna get nasty, y'all. It's gonna suck. I don't even want to say take it day by day. I've had to take things second by second, no cap, literally. So that's all I would say. Just make those boundaries, stick to it, and stop going back to things just because it's easier for you. You're hurting yourself in the long run. Why guys double back? Because you're accessible. Aren't you going to go somewhere that you know is always going to be open? That's like midnight. Oh, I gotta make a store run. I only have a select few stores that's gonna be open, so where I'm gonna go? To the one that's accessible. I'm gonna go to the one that's more convenient. I'm going to the one that I'm more familiar with, so I can be in and out. That's just an example with a store, but it's the same thing with relationships. As far as how it can confuse you when they seem like they change, a person's gonna show you exactly who they are, and I'm gonna just put it like that. And anybody who's for you will not confuse you. Someone said finding a new hobby, so that applies, you know, for trying to learn how to be alone. Definitely finding a new hobby, finding things you like to do. That was hard for me at one point, because I literally, like, you could ask me what are things I'm passionate about, you could ask me what are things I like to do, and I could not answer the question because I made so much of my partner's life my life. Just trying new things, putting yourself out there, anything along those lines. Next, someone said, allow yourself time to be sad or cry if necessary, which is back to what I was saying, allow yourself to feel everything, literally. It is a part of healing. You have to allow yourself to feel down if you feel that, because it's okay. She said, but once you let those tears fall, wipe your face and remember who the F you are, period. She said, focus on things that make you happy and put that energy towards yourself. She said, get dialed up, call your friends, family to laugh, work out, read a book, just keep yourself busy. With productivity and positivity, and I 100% agree. Then someone else said, definitely talk to the girlies about leaving someone who cheated. Too many be thinking it's their fault when it's not. A man's going to make something your fault if you let him. Like I said, it's a self-respect thing. He's going to treat you exactly how you allow him to treat you. It's sad to say, but people struggle with taking accountability. So if they could put the blame on somebody else, they definitely will. You know how many people is probably walking around saying I did something to them, I don't care. I do not care. You're going to tell yourself that to make yourself feel good. So as far as letting somebody think it's your fault, it's never your fault for anybody cheating on you, because if it was really an issue, he should have communicated that, and then you guys could decide, okay, are we going to separate, or am I going to fix it, or are we going to, you know, stuff like that. So the fact that he already went to the point where he cheated on you, he's already in the wrong. He already lacked a bunch of things. He skipped step one, communication, and literally just went and was like, okay, I'm gonna cheat on her. So there's no way you could tell me that that's my fault. I'm sorry, you cannot. But basically, this is just a general idea. I kind of wanted to make it more conversational, even though it's not like I'm talking back to anybody. But I hope you guys did take something away from this. I hope that you took away setting boundaries, prioritizing yourself, understanding that there is growth in being uncomfortable, and then really just changing your mindset on certain things. Be kind with yourself. You know, we are so giving to other people, we are so forgiving to other people, we're patient with other people, and we're not like that with ourselves, which is so messed up. Once you start prioritizing yourself and really putting your feelings first, putting yourself first in general, it should really change the dynamic of your future relationships as well. So I hope y'all like this video. Be sure to definitely hit me up, comment down below, DM me. My DMs are always open for anybody who want to talk about anything, and hopefully I can make another video like this. You guys just have to let me know what you want to hear, what you want me to talk about, because I can go on forever. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications, because there will be a lot of videos like this, and I'll see y'all in the next video.